everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about how to get out of a bad relationship. Now, let me give a quick disclaimer. When I'm talking about a bad relationship, I'm talking more about a toxic relationship, a relationship with a person that you know you shouldn't be with. God has been telling you you need to go, not an abusive relationship. For that, I really suggest you seeking help elsewhere, because I realize some people are crazy and there's a certain way that you need to deal with crazy people. This video is not pertaining to crazy people. It's just normal people who just should not be together. Also, I wrote a quick ebook called The 10 Red Flags in a Christian Dating Relationship. It's completely free, and I have that link down below if you want that. My first few tips on getting out of a bad relationship have to do with the mind, because I realized that there's a struggle between your mind and your actions. You can get 3,000 signs from God that you need to leave this man. You can have everybody around you telling you you need to leave this man. But unless you come to that decision, nothing's going to happen. So the first thing that you need to do is recognize your value. If someone is toxic to you, if someone is treating you foul, if someone is cheating on you, if someone is doing certain things to you, which is creating a toxic environment and not the ideal spouse for you, you need to recognize that you are worth more than that. You are worth more than being treated horribly, because obviously this person does not recognize your value. So you have to be the one to recognize it. You have to be the one to stand up for yourself. No one is going to care more for you than you care for yourself, besides God. You are worth more than crumbs. You are worth more than being called out your name. You are worth more than being treated like you don't even exist. If you realize that, wait, hold up, I don't deserve this, I should not be treated like this, then you will get the courage to leave. That's the first step in getting out of a bad relationship, is realizing that you don't need to be there and you're worth more than this. You also need to realize that there's more for you. I know it's common for someone to get in a mindset where they're defeated, where they feel like, where else am I gonna go? Who else is going to love me? I've already put so much into this relationship. I don't want to start over. No one else is going to treat me like this. As if you're being treated great. Now, I also want to submit to you that not every time that you need to get out of a relationship is because of it's a bad relationship. Sometimes it may not be anything wrong with that person, quote unquote. You just know in your heart, and you know that from God, He is telling you this is not the person I have for you. So you also need to know that you need to trust God that He does have the right person for you. Whether this person is cheating on you or not, or abusing you or not, or calling you out your name or not, if they're not the right person, you need to realize that there is someone else and there is better for you. That's why we walk by faith and not by sight. There may not be another person in front of you that you can automatically enter another relationship with, because that will be cheating. We don't encourage that. But you need to know that there is more for you. You are more valuable than staying somewhere where you should not be, or being treated a way that you should not. And then there is more for you. In your future, there's someone who will treat you correctly, who will recognize your value, who together y'all would have an amazing future and leave an amazing legacy. But you can't see that right now. But you have to trust that. You have to trust God. My next tip are more practical tips, right? So once you have recognized your value and you have realized that there's more and better for you, you need to end it quickly. I say rip the Band-Aid off. Don't slowly pull it off, rip it off. That's my technique. Because if you take a long time to end a relationship, chances are that you're not going to end it. Chances are it's going to take a lot longer than it should have. When you was trying to break up with someone, you end up being still in the relationship another 6 months, another year, another 2 years, another 10 years. Okay? Now you got a baby involved. Now you got other people involved. You got other things involved, when you shouldn't have just ended it on that day. Now you got all these days in between of unnecessary chaos, of unnecessary pain. You need to end it quick so you're not talked back into that relationship. I understand closure. I'm not a psychologist, but some relationships I don't think need closure. You come to the realization that this is not where you need to be. You need to go. Deal with your closure with Jesus. Okay? Let him closure you. That is not the way you say it, but let him heal your heart. Let him help you through this process. And if you need to have a direct conversation, okay, pick the day you're going to break up, what you're going to say, get all that out, everything you want to say out, and then walk away. Because my next tip is to end all communication. It's a little brutal on how to get out of a bad relationship, but it's necessary. Because once again, I have seen women who continue to have open communication and get sucked back in because the man felt like he still had a way in. He'd be like, oh, she ain't done with me yet, so I still got a chance. So they're going to try everything they can to get back to you. They're going to try to woo you because they didn't woo you before, but now they really finna put it on you. They finna act like the most upright citizen you have ever seen. They finna look like a man in a romance novel. He'll do this to get back with you and go back to who he originally was. And so you may be like, oh my gosh, he really loves me. I guess I'll give him another chance. And now you done wasted another year because then he showed his true colors again. Recognize your value. Know that you have a future with someone better. End it quickly and cut all communication. Most times it needs to be brutal because a lot of people are good with manipulation. This can apply to friendships too and jobs. Manipulation is a real thing, and if you're a person with a good heart, you will fall for it every time because you don't want to see that person hurt. You want to hear them out. You don't want to see them cry. You want to help them, but you just realize you can't be with them. But sometimes they just need to go to Jesus. They just need to go to a therapist to get their help. You may not be the person to help them because you're trying to help yourself. You're trying to get out of this so your future is not on hold before you get stuck with somebody that you should have never been with in the first place. Now, I know that this does not apply to every situation, every couple, every friendship, whatever. But generally, this is a advice that I will give to most women trying to get out of a toxic, bad relationship or just somebody they should not be with, period. Because if you don't, you will go back. That's all I have for this particular video. Remember to go ahead and check out my free ebook that I have down in the description box if you want more tips on how to recognize red flags and toxic behaviors in a Christian dating relationship. If this video has helped you and you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so yet because I would love to see you more often, and I'll see you later.